So we get back to the Ronald McDonald House. And like I said, when I was at Ruth Chris, we was drinking. So I was a little tipsy. We get upstairs and I'm like flipping through my notebook that my friends just gave me, like reading all the little notes and stuff, and just smiling, sitting on the bed. And then D comes stand beside me. What the fuck you smiling at? And I was just like, look, they wrote me little notes. And I'm like holding up the notebook, just like, look, you see it? Like they look what this and say, this and say. He's like, I don't give a fuck about this, Slim. Stop all that crying shit. It's like, okay. I was just like, all right. It was just like, so you think for sure we're gonna be going home tomorrow? I was like, yeah, I feel like Kyle gonna be discharged tomorrow. I feel like he gonna be discharged tomorrow. I got that feeling. Like we gonna be gone tomorrow for real. He's like, okay, cause we got a lot of stuff that we need to do when we get up there. Like this whole moving shit. He was like, cause I hate the fact that we gotta move in with my dad. Like I don't like that at all. And I was just like, yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't able to like find something before we could move. He was just like, nah, I understand. You had a lot going on. There's a lot going on down here. I understand. He was like, so we're just gonna be with Dad. We're gonna be with Pops until we get something, and we should be able to get something soon. I was like, yeah, cause I've been looking. I got a couple of houses I want to look at. He's like, okay. He's like, but I want to talk to you about something. I was like, well, you already talked to me about the headlights and the rims. I'm like, what else? He's like, you trying to be funny, Slim? Like, no, I'm just saying, like, what else? What truck? What's going on with the truck? He was like, no, I wanna I gotta talk to you about something else. I was like, okay, like what? He was like, I don't think I like my dad's girlfriend. I'm like, what you mean? He was like, I don't think I like her. It's like my dad's a different person with her. I'm like, what you mean by that? He was like, she treating Jax so soft. Like she real soft with him. And I'm just like, you gotta stop being soft with him because he's a boy. I'm like, what you mean being soft with him? He was like, well, I had to check her one time because Jackson needed to button up his jacket. He was walking to the bus stop. He needed to button up his jacket. And she was like, oh, Jax, let me get that for you. And she started buttoning up his jacket. And I was just like, Jax can button up his own jacket. You don't need to button up his jacket. But she just kept buttoning up his jacket. And Jackson just sitting there like a little pussy, let her just button up his jacket. And I'm looking at Jax like, you can button your own jacket. What you doing, son? And she just like, it's okay, I don't mind. And then just sitting them on the way. And I was just like, that was disrespectful. Because you're not his parent. Like, you're not his parent. When I say, don't button up my son's jacket, don't button up my son's jacket. You don't need to overstep your boundary and feel like you need to do it anyway after I said don't do it. That's my child. And I was just looking at her, I'm just like, well, maybe her motherly instincts was coming out. Because, you know, if I tell Jackson to button up his jacket, if he ain't doing it fast enough and he going to miss the bus, like, didn't you say he was going to the bus stop? Maybe she thought he was going to miss the bus. She was just trying to, like, make him hurry up. He's like, and that's that bullshit I be talking about with you. You do that shit. You tell him to do something. If he do it slow, you do it for him. So now he's expecting you to do it for him. And I'm just like, but I don't think that's what that is. He's like, see, that's your problem. You'll never be on my side. You always choose other people's side. And I'm like, D, it ain't no side to choose, but okay, all right, I see where you coming from. Okay, so you're saying that once you told her to stop buttoning up his jacket, she should have stopped buttoning up his jacket. He's like, exactly. I was like, okay, I get what you're saying. He was like, yeah, but I don't know. She's just too, and she don't have kids. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, so her motherly instincts can't come out for somebody that ain't got kids. She ain't got kids. I'm like, but she's still a woman. There you go again, Slim. Like, there you go again. Always trying to play devil's advocate. There you go again. I'm just like, okay, all right. Okay, all right. You right. You right. And I just like, I'm really just tired for real. And I'm tipsy. And he was just like, well, go to sleep. Just go ahead and go to sleep. He was like, I'm about to go check and see what Quentin got going on, and I'll be back because, I've been gone for a minute. I was just like, all right, cool. And he left. I went to sleep. I didn't give a fuck what that nigga was. Fuck him. Next morning, woke up, went to the NICU. We sitting in the NICU because they said that they was going to do his car seat test that day. They didn't give me a time, but I was just hoping if we got there early, they would just go ahead and get it out the way. So we get to the NICU, and I'm sitting there with Kion. The nurse come in and was just like, yes, we're going to go ahead and get his car seat test started in about 30 minutes. Just give us 30 minutes and we'll be back. I was like, all right. Then the doctor came in. When the doctor came in, he came in like congratulating me on my milestone. And he was just like, from where he was when he first got out to where he is now is a miracle. Because it was the same doctor that delivered the news about his brain bleed and how they didn't know what his quality of life was going to be. And then he gave me the updated scans and said that there was less blood than what it originally was. So the blood is clearing out. He's doing good, but he still has to follow up with a neurologist once he gets out, and they have to clear him. But he said, but all of that, the blood is settling just fine. Like, he's on track as far as his growth. He still has those little baby lungs, but that's to be expected because they didn't develop when they were supposed to. So he's just going on and on. And then he was just like, it's just such a miracle just to see where he is now. Like, oh, such a miracle, baby. It's like I'm telling all the interns about him now because he did such a turnaround. Oh my God, just a 180, a complete 180. And I was just like, yeah, I'm just smiling like, yeah, he did. And then the doctor walk out. He look at me, and I'm still like just smiling because I'm just like, yeah, like, that's my warrior dragon right there. Like, yeah, he doing the thing. There's like, what all that mean? I was like, well, he's basically just saying that Kion is on track. You know how you was worried about the cerebral palsy and all that? It's like, we still could have, that's still a concern later on, but right now, he's normal. He was just like, oh, okay. That's good. That's good. And I was like, yeah, he's doing so good. He's developing just fine right now. And he was just like, oh, okay, that's good. So the nurse come in, put him in the car seat, get him going with the oxygen and everything. We're off. The time has started. Boom, hour and 30 minutes. Let's sit there. So we're sitting there. 10 minutes go by, oxygen level still good. 20 minutes go by, oxygen level still good. We hit the 30-minute mark. He looked at me. He was like, okay, so these are the rims that I was thinking about getting. And I was like, And he's just flipping through them. He's like, what do you think about this? He said, I'm thinking about financing them. Because I was like, are you going to buy them outright? Like, we're going to buy them outright? I'm like, we got the money for that when we're trying to move and get a house? He was like, I was thinking about financing it. And I was just like, financing rims? I'm like, but that's going to add a monthly payment. He's like, yeah, I know. And as we're talking about the monthly payments for the rims, the oxygen starts to beep. Beep, beep, beep. I look at Kion. The nurse come in. It's like, oh no, what's going on? I was like, his oxygen level was at 90. She said, if it drops below 90, he's going to fail. I was like, fuck. Okay. I was like, okay. So it's like, he's on oxygen. If it drops below 90, he's going to fail. We're going to have to redo it. It's like, okay, all right. She walk out. I'm sitting there looking at Kaya, and I'm like, come on, buddy. God, you really only got an hour left. Just you done got through 30 minutes. Just as long as you done did. Like, come on, you got it. Come on. You got an hour left. So I'm sitting there. I'm just like, come on, you got this. Because we gotta go home. You got this. You gotta meet your brother. Then he was just like, okay, so what do you think about this one? And I looked back at him, and I was just like, while you're looking at that, can you go to the folder where I put those houses in and see if you like those 2 houses that I want to go take a look at? Just look at the pictures of them and see which one you like so I can know which one we need to go to first. And then he was just like, I'm going to get to that. But I asked you a question first. What do you think about this one? And I was just like, well, D, beep, beep. I look over at Kaya. His oxygen level was dropping. It was at 91. Then dropped to 90. Beep, beep. I was like, come on, Kaya. Come on, come on. And then it stopped beeping. It went back up. 91, 92. The nurse popped her head in. Look. And I was just like, it went back up. Then she walked out. I looked at D. I was just like, I think maybe you're making him nervous. I think maybe one of us should step out. I'm like, one of us should probably step out. And he was just like, well, you want to step out? I'm like, I will step out, but you got to let me know when the doctors come in or the nurse come in. If they say something, you got to tell me exactly what they say. Like, or call me and let me know what they say. And he was like, nah, I'll step out. I was like, okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, because I'll know what it means, then I can translate it to you. He's like, okay, I'll step out. You got that. Let me know how it goes. I was like, all right, cool.